this is the fastest way to do just a simple animation for a person. It's very crude. It's not nothing special, but it is not heavy on your CPU or GPU. Not sure which one it is. I got a few. And I'm also not sure what's going on with Blender lately. When I import stuff back in from the game, uh, oh look, damn texture's all screwed up. Oh look, all you're looking at anyway is just I can show you the wireframe. Each person has just very simple geometry and simple animation. Uh, I mean, I just more or less went into edit mode and I think that's all of them. And when you go to mesh, separate selection. That'll make a new object. Get out of edit mode and um, where this is going to rotate at is where the 3D cursor is. So we got to move the 3D cursor by picking it, and we're going to left click where we want it, which I got pretty lucky that time. Usually I don't get that lucky, but you can go to view, and this is the 3D cursor location. You can put it where you want it. It's hard to get it in the right spot. And then you're going to tell this object. Let me see if it may already be, since I moved the cursor, it may already rotate correctly. Let's see. No, it's not. I can tell because the thing's down there. So we're going to say object set origin. Origin the 3D cursor. Now we can rotate it like an arm would rotate. So you go to the first frame, you hit record, go to the last frame, and just pick a spot, and then once you get something done, just pick this node, left click there, and then right click, say copy, and backspace to the beginning, and paste. That'll give your thing where it'll look like it's looping and not doing something like this. You don't want it to do this. So you can also down here pick these nodes and right click and go to the interpolation mode, and there's a lot of different ones. Linear is like the smoothest, but there's all kinds of different ones that'll make it behave differently. Um, Alright, and then you just export it. Um, I don't know if you gotta say, I think if you apply all transforms, it's gonna screw it up. Yeah, I wouldn't even do it. I would just export it and see what happens. I'm gonna be doing some more people, so I can't remember exactly what I did at the top of my head. Now in Make Human 2.0, the way I do it so that it doesn't mess up the mesh. Um, There's two things you have to do. If you want to use bones and do rigging, then you have to do it this way for the game to not look like the Franken Beans dude. So you'll go to pose, skeleton, and in here you will pick game engine. That'll be the type. These other types, some of them don't work right. So now files, export. You will export a BioVision BVH. You'll save it on the desktop or wherever. I'll just call it new dude. Alright, now I will export the OBJ. I guess I'll stick a material on it. Export OBJ, and now load that in Blender, and I'll show you how to use the bones in there. Alright, so import in new dude. Just remember, whatever you do, don't do anything don't do anything in edit mode. That gives you problems when it's animating. Alright, go to wireframe mode. Alright, go to File, Import BVH, and that should be on the desktop too. I called it New Dude. So that's the skeleton. It's optimized for game engines, but this one happens to be the one that works right. Pick the skin, or the OBJ, I mean, and then hold down Shift and pick the bones. So you pick him first, and then holding down Shift, you pick the bones second. Then you right click and you say yeah, parent, with automatic weights. Alright, now to animate it, you just go to pose mode. So you don't move the model at all, not the one little bit. In pose mode, you can grab these bones and you can move them about and make them walk, make them do anything. If you know how to do it, I don't have any BVH files, but you can find some free ones on the internet that are basically motion capture stuff. I don't remember how I did that in Character Studio, so let me just stop there because I don't remember that exactly. I'd rather not mention it if I don't know for sure that it'll work. Turn on animate, and just, you know, animating is not, it's not always easy, and things don't always, I guess what I'm saying is I'm not a great animator. You can also rig it if you want to do a rig, but that's even more stuff that's going into the game that start eating away at your performance. There's some videos online where people show how to do simple animation in here, make somebody walk or run. They're very helpful if you know that's something you want to do. What I usually do is I'll pick all the bones and then I'll pick that last node for all of them, copy and paste it back at the first one. That way, you know, it well, I think some of them still are screwed up, but there's another thing in here called the I think they call it the dope sheet in here. Yeah. Here you have, in here you basically have, or it may be the graph editor. It's the graph editor. This will give you every single thing. If you want more, you know, control over exactly what's doing what. I'm not even going to try to get into this, but let's go ahead and export it. It's you don't have to do the base and the start and all that, not for just animated stuff. Export Kaleida desktop, miscellaneous. I'll just call this A1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not even going to worry about the texture. Just want to make sure it's going to work and not distort. I have seen too sometimes when you animate stuff and something to do with the origins, where they're set, sometimes after you animate stuff and if you like try to apply all transforms, it'll screw it up. See, that's not something I am very knowledgeable in. Yeah, we're inside that big toilet. We're actually in it. Get the hell away from these damn people. Alright, it was F asset browser F12345 or A12345. And it's going to be a very large person because I didn't scale him either. But don't worry about that, you can scale him in here. Yep. Now another thing you can do is rigging. Rigging makes animating easier. If you know how to work a rig. I gotta remember where the rigs are at. We gotta go back to object mode and pick. Is it the damn skeleton I pick? Custom. Let me see, which one is it? Rigify bone groups. Add standard. Generate rig. Do that. Generate rig. It's not quite what I thought. Let me undo that. Alright. Yeah, I don't remember what I did. The rig may be I don't know. Now I do have also I got plugins for Make Human for Blender, where if Make Human's running in the background, let me delete this dude. Say I'm in here and I I pose it. It's like Caitlyn Jenner. Um, it's got these topologies too. Like there's already one for a low poly 13290. That means it's 13,290 faces. It'll uh, be more nice to your GPU and CPU. Here's one that's 1591. It's even lower, which that's probably perfect for the game. The higher the model, the crappier it's going to run if you get too many. I think this is probably the lowest one. Alright, let's see. Alright, so this is set. Now I'll go to Blender with the plugin and say import human. And there's the human. And the human is there. Let me just want to check the scale. Okay, that's right. That scale's correct. Alright, now see if let's see, make close, make target. I don't know. I've never messed with the target and all that stuff. I didn't get very far with animating stuff in here, so go back to the normal view. What is the normal view? That's what I'm looking for. So turn this on, and once again, pick the human armature. Go to pose mode. It's usually like the pelvis. Trying to see which one it is. One of them moves the whole model. I don't remember. Yeah, it says pelvis. So to move the whole model, you could just move the pelvis. The rigs will allow you to move things where you don't have to worry about like something bending farther than it's supposed to if they're set up. But I don't know how to set them up. Download the damn thing back. Well, figured out what's causing the problem. The blender plug-in for Make Human doesn't do right. Or I'm not doing something right. So the first way I showed you, not the easiest way, but the way where I showed you how to save the BVH file, save the OBJ, and do it that way. That way works. That's the one that, or the other one. Someone had asked about the speed breaker. I tried to make one. I tried to make a quick one, and well, this is how it turned out. I didn't know if anybody'd want it. I didn't bother zipping it or anything. I was like, man, that damn thing's ugly. When you make something too large, the textures, you need a texture probably tiled a lot more. But anyway. The turds floating in the air from in that toilet. Toilet was blocking my light. that, man? My BB Auto billboards got no texture for some reason. I don't know what caused that to happen. Oh, one last thing. I'm not going to end up using this, but I took several screenshots of a bridge in Baldur's Gate 3, but it's pretty low detail. Like, I had to reduce the poly count, and I didn't really know if it would work, so I just took a few screenshots. I didn't do a lot of them, but I was gonna make like a little bridge, but I don't like the way it looks. But yeah, that was something I was messing with yesterday.